yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my been ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out touch down, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my been ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedal.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one. I am Greg, a legend in my own mind. Jay, what's going on with you, fam?
Just chilling, man. I guess we had some type of boxing this weekend, right?
Yeah, we did. And we're going to jump right into that, man. But first, we want to talk about the people who support the channel, Rock Dog Interactive. If you need anything relative to website design, graphic design, Rock Dog Interactive, they can help you. One of the most technically sound firms I've ever worked with, and very appreciative that they support the channel. Black Father Figures, that's the League of Legacy. Shout out to him. Appreciate him and everything he's doing in our communities. And Nadaj Vodka, www.nadajvodka.com. Black owned, one of the best tasting, smoothest vodkas you will have in your life. I drink it with everything, including straight up and on the rocks. Check out Nadaj Vodka out of Jacksonville, Florida, and you can definitely go and get a bottle, www.nadajvodka.com. And Jay, now we are about to kick it off. But before we do that, we need to give some love to the folks that are in the chat. Skills from New Orleans. Shout out, man. Brandon House is in the building. What's going on with you, man?
Uppercut Thompson.
Mark, salute, man. Modern Boxing Kings. What's going on with you, fam? Let's see what else we got. That's it so far that I can tell. I know we got 21 people in the building, 9 likes. If you get the opportunity, please hit the like button. And we are off with this fight from last night, Jason Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. Man, Jay, you called me at the very last minute, man, to talk about this fight. And I decided to go ahead and get it so that I could watch it as well. And we sat there and we literally sat and watched through the entire fight on the phone together, talking as we watched this fight. I think my stream was maybe like, what would you say, like a minute and a half sooner than yours or faster than yours, something like that. Yeah, and when I yelled out, "Fury is down," Jason, you said with the calmest voice, "Oh man, stop lying. Stop lying, man." I'm like, dude, he's down.
I ain't believe it.
I'm like, dude, he's down. He's down, bro. Nah, man, stop playing around, man. I'm like, Jason, he's down. He's down. So Tyson Fury last night did not look good at all, as far as I'm concerned. Francis Ngannou was in there looking like Terence Crawford, switch hitting, going from left to right. Did not look bothered by the length of Tyson Fury. Did not look bothered by the hesitance or the feints and all that stuff. Did not react to Tyson Fury feints. And what was particularly curious was the fact that Tyson Fury did land flush on several occasions and did not so much as put a bruise on the face of Ngannou. And so it was an interesting fight. Jay, I want to go ahead and pause and pass it to you very quickly, my friend, because I know you have several things to say in regards to this particular fight. What were your thoughts in regards to Ngannou, rather, and Tyson Fury and how Fury performed last night?
Man, I swear you were joking, bro. Because you've clowned on me before when your stream was a little bit faster when we watched other fights, and you clowned and said someone was down. I'm like, what? And you got, nah, I'm just messing with you. Nah, I'm just messing with you. And you were serious this time. I still didn't believe it till my stream caught up. And I was like, he did catch him with that left. He did drop him. Oh, dang, he wobbled him.
Yeah.
I'm like, Ngannou putting them hands on him and hurting him. You know, I mean, to me, this was one of Tyson Fury's worst showing that I watched him in many of his fights. I haven't seen him look this bad, especially against someone that's fighting for the first time in an official boxing match. First time ever, you know? So, I mean, this is not MMA. So it's a whole different mindset for this. You know, Tyson Fury should have been the superior boxer. I was thinking it's going to be more like the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight. You know, definitely not saying Tyson is anywhere near Floyd, but as far as being a boxer, I figured that's what he would did. He would have did just like Floyd, just carried the fight and got Ngannou up out of there after he gassed out. I was surprised that Ngannou's gas tank a little bit. He did gas out a little bit, not as much as I thought. I thought he was going to gas out a lot more than that. Towards the end of the fight, I thought Tyson was going to get him up out of it because we kept saying it. After the knockdown round 3, we're like, okay, Tyson going to get on his A game, stop messing around, stop playing around, and handle business. And he's going to get up out of there around like 7 or 8. Nope. He was on it. And Ngannou had, he, in my opinion, he won that fight. At the very least, a draw. No way in the world was it a 96-93 scorecard like they had on one of the scorecards there. 95-94 one way, 95-94, 95-94 the other way. It's close fight in that aspect, but he dropped him. He landed the harder shots. I definitely had Ngannou win this fight just by watching it. You know, I know we didn't really truly score it, but just by looking at it, I'm just like, nah. I just can't give Tyson that win on that. Top Rank wanting to save their undisputed fight with him and Usyk. Um, that's what they want to try to say for that for December. Now I heard that's been pushed back. They're trying to push that back to January or something like that because it's only 8 weeks out. I mean, that was their own fault for signing up the contract for that. They knew they had a fight with Ngannou yesterday. They knew they had an upcoming fight on December 23rd against Usyk. So now they want to try to back out. That's on them. But I was disappointed. Tyson Fury really made boxing look bad in my eyes. This is no shade at Ngannou because he's a hell of a fighter in MMA. He's showing that he's powerful. He's showing he's took this fight seriously for this fight here. But it's not a good look when someone comes to your backyard that you're the professional, you're the champ, and he gives you hell in that. You know, it's like Tyson Fury going to MMA and giving Ngannou hell for all 5 rounds and then dropping them, taking him down on the floor and getting his submission moves and things of that nature in MMA. You know, it'd be the same thing. I'll be like, nah, Ngannou, you made MMA look bad. But yeah, Tyson didn't look good at all. I was still mad that he still has the belt, the WBC belt that he's been holding hostage for the longest, man. I don't appreciate that at all with him. But yeah, shout out to Ngannou, Cameroon. He did his damn thing. He did the damn thing last night, man.
We dropped the poll earlier today, Jay. We have now 805 votes, and this thing's probably going to get up to 4,000 or 5,000 votes, I would imagine. But it was who did you have winning the fight last night? 73% definitely Ngannou. He was robbed. 17% Tyson Fury won by slim margin, and then Fury lost regardless of the scorecard, and that's the one where I kind of fall into, right? At the end of the day, when you think about the way that he performed last night, regardless of if I were to go back right now and rescore that card, Jay, it doesn't matter. Tyson Fury lost that fight in my mind because the performance was so poor. Whether I look at it or not, you should have dominated this guy, and you weren't able to do so. And it's just a black eye for him. It was when you just the look at his face. Yeah, just the look overall in his eyes as they were announcing the scorecard, you could tell that he was not necessarily sure that he was going to win this fight. And that is an issue, specifically with a guy that's been in the ring for about 2 months now. Now, somebody asked in the chat, and I wanna go back to their question. They said something to the effect of boxing. How much credit? Yeah, exactly. How much credit would you give? I don't think it was him. Maybe it was. I can't find it right now. But how much credit would you give
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson, exactly. And I don't know. It's not like Ngannou fought a style that was similar to Mike's. But I will say this: he had a legend in his corner helping him. But not only that, he had the guy from the Mayweather gym that you always see there, the Dewey. What's his name again? That guy. You're probably going to give that guy the majority of the credit. The guy that's always at the Mayweather gym and used to always be there with Jeff. Got the long dreads. I can't think of his name right now. But if you're going to get
I know which one
something like Dewey or something like that. But if you're going to give anybody the credit, you're going to give him the credit because he was the one that actually prepped him. And of course, you got Mike Tyson there. But in my personal opinion, Mike is probably there more so for, helping to promote it. But at the same time, Mike is a heavyweight. I'm pretty sure he instilled some of the attributes that, or gave him some of the advice that would be necessary for him to be successful. But it's not like Ngannou actually fought in a Mike Tyson style. So for that, I would say Mike probably has some contribution, but I would maybe 10, 15, 20%, something like that would be my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you one thing, this fight here, it's going to hurt the Usyk Tyson fight big time, man. It's going to diminish that to a big degree, I believe. Because after this, just people will be like, Tyson, really? And people still pissed off about Usyk getting the win against Dubois. On the low blow aspect, quote unquote, low blow or not, so people are still mad about Usyk with that. But Tyson is just, this should destroy and kill anybody that ever thought about saying that Tyson Fury was in the talks of being like a Muhammad Ali. That should kill that narrative altogether. Even Shakur had to come on. I said he had to recant some of his statements he said about Tyson Fury being a pound for pound list as well. So, Jay, Wilder and Francis Ngannou, that would be a hell of a fight. I
want to go there, right? Because you sent me something earlier today that stated, and I can't remember who it was that mentioned it. Was it somebody from Ngannou's team? I believe maybe it was, but they are specifically saying that the WBC president who is it? It's Mauricio Suleiman. I always mix up their name.
Suleiman,
I think it's Mauricio Suleiman. That they are now going to actually rank Ngannou in the top 10, which means that if he were to get a rematch, it would be for the actual WBC title, which is weird. A guy that has one freaking fight, you're going to rank him in the top 10. I sincerely hope that is a joke, that is not real. I think it was actually his trainer that mentioned it now. I think it was his trainer, Ngannou's trainer. Again, I can't think of his name right now. Whoever can think of his name, please drop it in the chat. But I think it was him that said that Suleiman said that he would get ranked by the WBC. Yo, that is what's wrong with boxing right there, man. You had something that was really supposed to be just kind of an exhibition and or circus, if you will. And now you got a guy that has one professional fight who is an MMA fighter who all of a sudden you're now going to rank in the top 10 because Tyson Fury struggled with him. I just make it make sense, dog. Like
you can't.
It makes no sense. So that's concerning to me if that were to happen, and that would then pave the way, Jay, for like a Wilder versus Ngannou fight. And I agree with what you said, Jay. Wilder versus Ngannou would be a big time fight. But one thing I would tell you is this: I personally think Ngannou would get put to sleep by Wilder. And the reason why I think that is because Wilder is actually going to throw with considerable power on all of his shots, unlike what we saw from Fury. And we'll transition to that in a second. But Wilder is going to be punching in there. And although Francis Ngannou, I'm sure he has power because he put down Tyson Fury, I think Wilder is going to be the more explosive puncher in the ring. And therefore, I believe he would win that fight. Now, both of them need to improve on their stamina, right? Ngannou was fading by round 4, and that's the reason why I thought Tyson Fury will ultimately dominate him in the second half of the fight, but he wasn't able to do so. But I still believe that you got Wilder in there that's just a power puncher, and it's going to be more skillful, regardless of what you think of Deontay Wilder's skills. The level of skill that I saw from Ngannou, Wilder is better than that. Plus with the power, but it would be it would be huge because you got two guys who are perceived punchers in the ring, and they both have names. Man, it would be a showcase fight. But I'm concerned with Ngannou doing that. Yeah.
Which one would be a better sell? AJ versus Wilder, or Wilder versus Ngannou, or AJ versus Ngannou?
I think Wilder versus Ngannou. And the only reason I say that now is because of the performance against Tyson Fury. Prior to the Tyson Fury fight, I would say AJ versus Wilder. Right, yeah. That's,
I mean, I think all three, I think any of those matchups would definitely sell, and they'll outsell a Tyson fight right now. I think a lot of fights will outsell a Tyson Usyk fight after this. And salute the band up. Appreciate the $2 donation. You said, y'all know my UFC brother won. I told y'all he can't. Yeah, we think he won too. He got robbed. We think he got robbed. So, I mean, that was not the fight that I expected from a boxer fighting an MMA fighter in his first boxing match. His first boxing match. I just didn't see that going like that. I think he was just drown him in the deep, take him to the deep waters and drown him. That's what I thought he was going to do. But Francis was like switch hitting on him and everything. He was. I give it to him. Yeah, that's right. And he's 37 years old. So I got nothing but mad respect for Ngannou. I didn't think he was going to win the fight at all. I thought he was going to get stopped later in the fight. I was hoping he would win. I was hoping he would knock out. Me and Greg talking about it, man. It would be funny and sad at the same time if he were to knock Tyson Fury out.
We said that before he got knocked down.
Yeah.
We said that before he got knocked.
Like, man,
it would be funny. It would kill. It would tank boxing, but it would be so funny because how is this even possible? Now, Jay, I want to transition to something else because, after we did that video, I know you had to run off, but for me, I sat there for a little bit and I started to wonder to myself, how is it possible that Tyson Fury was able to do the level of damage that we saw against Deontay Wilder, yet Francis Ngannou, he couldn't even rock him. And so I did this video, Jay, and it was interesting because, you know, I heard all of the different, you know, rumors and things that were out there. This was before we had a channel, and things like heavy suits and all that other stuff and Mark Breland poisoning them. I never believed any of that stuff. I always thought that was hogwash. But the gloves I always thought was a serious thing, right? Just by looking at the gloves, and it just looked very strange in what we saw. So that one, I thought had some merit to it. And then when you see him perform against Ngannou, it's like, what? Hold up now. And then some people, I saw him in the comment section speaking specifically to the fact that Ngannou is so much bigger than Wilder, and Wilder is not going to be able to take the punch like Ngannou. He's been hit with these smaller gloves and all of this other stuff. And my counter to that would be this, Jay. Yes, he's been hit with smaller gloves in the UFC by UFC fighters that are throwing arm punches, not boxers who have been taught the proper technique to throw punches. Two different things. The other thing is, I don't care how tough you are, how big you are, it doesn't matter. Jay, you see this area right here outside of my eye? You can have all the muscles in the world. This going to split open just regardless. It don't matter how big you are. You could be 100 pounds or 300 pounds of full muscle. That part right there split open on every man the same way. He doesn't have muscles up here and right here and over here. So why wasn't he even getting marked up in this fight? That's my point. You know what I mean? So, Jay, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, it does look suspect, man. It looks very suspect.
That's suspect. And not only that, think about what to the Fury and Ngannou fight. What about that elbow he threw at Fury at Ngannou and caught him with? That was that dirty punch he caught him. He came down straight with the elbow. You know, so Fury. I mean, it brings to a good question about the Wilder Fury fight. You know, that he couldn't hurt Ngannou at all, not even like stagger him or wobble him or anything. Not saying that Ngannou has a weak chin, because he doesn't. He damn sure has a good chin. We know that. But man, because he caught him a few times. Even with the elbow, he caught him with the elbow with flush too, and Ngannou just took it. You know, and just kept going. You know, so I mean,
and this whole notion that Ngannou,
I'm just not an easy dude.
This whole notion that Ngannou muscle mass, it's muscle mass, man, dog. Lennox Lewis, 6'5", used to come into the ring anywhere between 240 and 250. We seen him put on his ass. Let's Go Champ. Damn, why am I losing his name right now?
Shannon Briggs.
Yeah, Shannon Briggs came in there looking like a freaking tank. We seen him put on his ass. George Foreman, Hughes, put on his ass. Everybody's been put on their ass, no matter how big they are. Miss me with he's massive so he can take the punches. No, Fury punches didn't have any real snap on him. That's what it was. I don't want to hear this stuff about, it's just because he's massive. The Klitschko's, two massive brothers, 6'6" and 6'7", easily over 240, 250, all been put on their ass. Miss me with he's massive. Ngannou's massive. That's why he can take the punches. That's bullshit. I want to hear that, man. Stop it. And certainly his cheeks aren't massive, right? All this right here massive too. All this massive. He can just take all the blows and not mark up at all. Man, stop it.
It's the neck. He's strong. But now, I mean, something was different with Tyson. I don't know if he was just, you know, when trying to get the full, you know, some people called him a cheater beforehand. So I don't know if he decided not to do that this time because he figured he would just take care of Ngannou with ease. But something was different. Something was definitely different in this fight overall compared to the Wilder, because Wilder's not a weak individual, man. Wilder's tough as nails. Facts. You know, and this is not saying that Wilder's the best fighter there. That's definitely not it. You know, but it's just something strange. This is more of a talk about or observation of Fury than it is against Ngannou. So don't think that we're saying that Ngannou is just this, that is not this, or is that. We're talking more so about how Tyson looked as far as his punching power against Ngannou. That's more or less about it. Not about Ngannou. Ngannou did the damn thing. He came in there, he won the fight in our eyes. So
let's see
Tyson power just diminished.
let's see if he looks like a tank when he get hit by Wilder's right hand. Let's see if he still look like the tank everybody says he is, or he's built from titanium. Yeah, let's see if he looks like that once he get hit with.
But I mean, remember when Tyson Fury was to have all this power now? You know, he working with Sugar Hill. You know, he working with them and crunch punching power. You know, this special sauce and all that stuff. He's supposed to have the magic touch now. You know, and just couldn't do it. You know, now the elbow he caught Ngannou with that. When he caught him with that, and Ngannou just kind of looked, and he just kind of froze and looked at him like, what? I was like, oh, okay. Ngannou he's built a little different. I give him that, you know, but something's up with that Fury stuff, you know, against Wilder versus this one here. And no, I don't believe Wilder lost because of his suit was too heavy.
Hey,
or
can I real quick, Jay?
Like that.
Real quick, Jay. Let me dispel something, because man, I hate when people just make stuff up. They make it up. And then they come out of the blue with it just to make it in their mind true. Francis Ngannou weighs 258 pounds. On the last time Deontay Wilder faced Tyson Fury, he was in the 240s. He does not outweigh him by 50 pounds. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ.
The first two fights, that was the first two fights. There was a big weight difference, but the last fight, Wilder came in heavy.
Yes, and he still knocked him out.
Mm-hmm. And Wilder still dropped Tyson a couple times, but you know, it's still something fishy about the whole Fury thing. This is more about Fury, you know, whether or not, you know, glove gate, whatever it may be, you know. But him and Wilder, that was something was up with that versus him and Ngannou. And I'm not giving Fury no excuses. Ngannou won the fight. He came in there. Fury can't say, well, I didn't have time to train. You had time to train. Plenty of time to train. So don't say that. You never look like you never have a six-pack when you come in the fight anyway. So this is the same Fury body we've seen in the last 4 or 5 fights anyway. So Ngannou handle his business.
Yeah, he handled his business, and you know, I give him credit for that. I think he did a great job, but man, I'm not trying to hear all that noise about
that nose candy, Brandon. And he had that. Hey, I was messing with Greg about that. He said Fury wasn't on that nose candy. That's possible. But I mean, we'll see what happens next. I mean, from what I've read about as far as Fury next fight is being postponed. He's trying to. I think Frank Warren's talking about saying they're going to fight in January instead of February, and Usyk's like, no, we signed a contract for December 23rd, so that needs to happen or vacate the belt. I'm with Usyk with that. He need to go ahead and vacate the belt. He's been holding on to that WC belt for too long and not really wanting to fight, do anything. So,
hey, just for the record, Deontay Wilder came in at 212 for the first fight. For those of you who want to know, in the second fight, he came in at 231 pounds. And in the third fight, he came in at 238. So, yeah, those last 2 fights, he had to put on some weight to fight. It wasn't just the third fight that he actually added weight. He added weight in the second fight as well. So this whole notion that Francis Ngannou is 320 pounds and outweighs Deontay Wilder by 100 pounds, and he's like a tank. No, that's false.
Yeah. Now, French came in at 272 last night.
272 last night?
Yeah, for the fight. That was his official weigh-in. I think Fury was at 277 or something like that.
How tall is Ngannou? Because they say he's 6'4", but he looks like he's a little bit shorter than Deontay Wilder.
He looks shorter than 6'4".
Tyson Fury.
In fact, yeah, he looks shorter than that because Tyson Fury, I think, is 6'7".
He's supposed to be 6'9", bruh.
I'm 6'9", not 6'9". He's 6'9", and Deontay is 6'6".
6'7". So Francis Ngannou did not look 5 inches shorter than Tyson Fury.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't at all. But I'm saying to say all that just to say I would love to see a Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder fight. I would love to see that fight.
I agree. And for those of you that said John Mack, I believe it was John Mack that said this. Deontay Wilder is food for anybody that can avoid his right hand. Most people can't. Tyson Fury has been the sole Actually, he didn't even avoid it. He didn't even avoid it. He was just able to get up. He didn't avoid it either. So John Mack, name somebody that has actually avoided his right hand when you say that. No one. And Francis Ngannou will not avoid it either. So we would definitely find out if he's truly made out of titanium. What is that stuff that on Black Panther? What was it? Vibranium. We'll see if he's actually made out of that. Since some of you guys think he's just the baddest man ever. But anyway.
But someone said, like, what about Francis and AJ? I'm not intrigued with that fight, honestly.
AJ's not a warrior. Nobody's gonna want to see. Wilder's a warrior, so you
with that type of warrior mentality, and Wilder with his warrior mentality, I would love to see Wilder and Francis and Ngannou. I'll take that fight.
Nobody's gonna want to see AJ. It's not the right mesh. AJ is not the right mesh. You got to have somebody that's a warrior. So you saw Tyson Fury, and it was supposed to be like the super skilled boxer versus this UFC guy. The super skilled boxer is obviously not as skilled as we initially thought, and definitely doesn't have the power that he's displayed in the last two Wilder fights. And then you would want to see somebody, the warrior versus the warrior, the big puncher that's a boxer versus the big puncher that's a UFC guy. Man, that Wilder fight would absolutely sell. Yeah,
that'll be banana. And we almost, like Greg said, I caught him last minute right before the fight started, because we were like, we really don't get into the non-traditional boxing matches. Like we didn't cover no Conor. We wouldn't cover anything like Floyd exhibition fights, anything like that neither. So I was like, man, I'm not doing anything. I'm done with college football for the most part. I was taking a break between the two. Went to it. I hit him up, and that's when we started fighting. I'm glad we did watch it. Ngannou is definitely. I give him all the respect in the world. All the respect. 37 years old, boxing for the first time, doing what he did against Tyson Fury, who's shown in the past to be a real good boxer. He handled business. Number of respect for him.
Yeah, Kai McFly. Certainly, I wouldn't mind watching a little more MMA, but great strikers. That's comparatively speaking. It's comparatively speaking.
And we just can't be a prisoner of the moment of this one fight by Ngannou versus Tyson Fury to think that it'll be the same outcome with him and Wilder, because styles makes fight. Wilder is not Tyson Fury. He's a different type. He punches the punch through you. He doesn't do any pity pat. So we'll see how that goes. And Ngannou got heavy hands, so we'll see how Wilder would take those punches if he could avoid them and things of that nature there. So that makes for an intriguing fight between Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder. So I say go ahead and shelf that AJ fight, Wilder, and you and Ngannou get it on next year, first quarter.
Hey, I was about to actually say something in the chat, but I want to say it right now. Sports Heaven says Styles makes fights. Francis is tailor-made for Wilder. I kind of agree with that, Jay. Like, there were a lot of openings for for Fury last night when he just didn't throw the punches because he was scared of what was going to come back. Man, Wilder's going to throw that shot. And Wilder's more athletic as well. So Wilder's going to be able to get in there and throw that shot fast. Man, if we find out.
Not only that, we know Francis knows that he has to be aware of Wilder's punches power.
Yeah,
he knew against Tyson Fury. He's like, yeah, Tyson stopped Wilder twice, but his accumulation of punches over the fight, is questionable about those two fights as well. But Wilder, he knows you from the round 1 to round 12. You gotta be on your P's and Q's with someone like Deontay Wilder. So Ngannou would have to have a different type of strategy to fight Wilder. So that would be an interesting fight even more. Add to the intrigue of that fight. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, totally.
I'm here for it.
All right, Jay. What else do we got, man? Next topic that we have.
So talking about upcoming fights, well, some fight that was just recently just delayed or postponed on one side was the Keyshawn Davis versus Jose Pedraza due to Keyshawn testing positive for the weed.
Won't stay off the weed.
So, but the thing that gets me with that one though is the fact that Keyshawn is like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm like, look, Key, I agree, it's legal in a lot of states, but in your field, as far as boxing, when you have to be off of that stuff. You can't have it in your system, regardless of what you use it for. No, it's not a PED. But rules are the rules right now. But if you want to down that sword and just saying you're gonna keep doing it, you're sabotaging your own bag. You can't be mad at no one else but yourself on that until that rule is changed. So about the timing of it. You're the one that wanted to fight damn near 4 times in 1 year. So you need to be off of it, homie. That's on you.
Yeah, so I'm pro marijuana. I'm pro marijuana. I don't use marijuana or anything like that, but I'm pro marijuana.
Yeah, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, because I just think I don't think it's any different from alcohol in my personal opinion. It has to be monitored. You can't just do it and go and drink and drive and stuff like that, or smoke and drive, whatever. But just the whole situation with Keyshawn is like, to the point that you're a professional athlete. And so being as such, you don't want to be doing such things to begin with, because you want to ensure that you have a long lasting career. So his whole rant about athletes together and athletes joining him and all that stuff, because, quite frankly, he understands that there are a lot of athletes that participate in smoking. I'm going to go ahead and give you an old school term, reefer, So, I guess he thought he'd get people banding with him on that. Me personally, you shouldn't be doing it, because to me, it hinders your performance. And you want to make sure that you can extend your career for as long as possible, and make sure that you can make the most amount of money that you possibly can. So in that regards, it was a dumb move. He's probably going to lose some money on it, I would imagine, right? Because they're probably going to fine him or something like that. And I don't know what the impact is in terms of like his agreement with Top Rank. Probably that's not affected, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some. I don't know. You never know. There's possibly
Bob supposedly don't. Bob's kind of supports him and some other fighters. I saw some clips that got chopped up, and they showed like Bob was pissed off that a fighter got suspended before in the past for weed and whatnot. But what's crazy though is the fact that he gets suspended here, but when someone ate that that Mexican beef, it was kind of brushed on the rug. He had a suspension, but it was doing while he couldn't fight anyway because he's recovering from a knee injury. It's funny how they do that, and they pick and choose. Also, Oscar Valdez. Remember, he popped dirty before a fight last year and still was able to fight.
Yeah.
He popped dirty for a PED. Keyshawn pops dirty for weed. It's not the same scale that's being used for everybody in this when we know.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah,
definitely. Everybody's not.
He's out 90 days, so he'll be back. He'll be back first of the year. He'll probably be fighting in February or March. So when it happens for him. Even in our video, we said we didn't think it was PEDs because I don't see Keyshawn as a dirty fighter or athlete. Is it known at times to me? You're damn right he is. But I don't see him as a dirty fighter or anything like that. I think he busts his butt in the gym. He don't take any shortcuts.
Yeah.
So we never thought that he was on anything like PED. We was like, well, they weren't saying nothing initially. So we're like, okay, once they come out, then we'll be able to talk on it and get more information. So it turned out to be weed. Lesson learned. He's still young. He has time to bounce back from this. So
I agree. All right, man. What's next? What's next on the agenda?
Yeah. So one thing that let's go to something that really annoys me with Canelo, one of your favorite fighters of all time. So it's been rumored that Canelo is going to be fighting Jaime Munguia in May, and then David Benavidez if David beats Boo Boo, because there's no guarantee that he's going to beat Boo Boo next month. That whole the thought that they're even the fact that they're considering that it pisses me off, because Jaime Munguia hasn't done jack to deserve a shot at Undisputed. No way, no how. The next person that should be on this fight, the fight Canelo in May, should be either David Benavidez, the winner out of David Benavidez and Boo Boo Andrade. That should be it. No one else deserves that next fight. Those are the ones that are in line for that. Other than that, you're skipping the line. And David's been his mentor for 2+ years. Boo Boo's been his mentor at multiple weight classes. Even Jamal's been his mentor at multiple weight classes. Hasn't got the chance to get the fight. So miss me with that Jaime Munguia crap. He don't deserve no fight. He arguably lost to Sergey Derevchenko his last fight. So nah. And Derevchenko was coming up a weight class. So nah. Jaime Munguia, he needs to go fight Edgar Berlanga or somebody. Fight David Morrell. Do that.
Yeah, I don't. So I can understand a Jaime Munguia fight just because of the Mexican heritage, right? And that would be big for Cinco de Mayo. And then, of course, David Benavidez makes a whole lot of sense, and it always has. I question whether or not, though, that's an accurate report that Jaime Munguia would be next, considering he's with Golden Boy. And we've heard Oscar on multiple occasions saying that, promoters, we need to work together. Al, call me. Bob, call me. Everybody call me, but I'm not calling anybody. Now, if that's the case, and he truly has Jaime Munguia positioned for a Canelo Alvarez fight, I don't think we'd hear Oscar De La Hoya saying that as much as we've heard him say it recently. So I don't know if Jaime Munguia would actually be next. And with David being such a threat, it would not surprise me that after the fight, the winner of Jose Benavidez versus Jamal Charlo is actually the next person in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Would not surprise me whatsoever, because I think Canelo is interested in minimizing his risk. To a certain extent, he won't minimize his risk to the point where a 147 pounder is moving up to get absolutely positively no credit for it. But outside of that, I think he minimizes his risk associated with anybody at 168. Just my personal opinion. So we'll see if that's something that manifests or materializes. We'll know in early 2024. Supposedly it was going to be on Showtime, but then the report came out that Showtime pay-per-view is not going to be responsible for broadcasting the Canelo Alvarez fight or his next fight. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I'm curious to see who's next, and I would not be surprised if it's neither of those names.
Yeah, I don't. It's not. I know it's not going to be the winner of David Benavidez and Bubba Andrade. I truly doubt that's going to happen. Some people are like, well, think about it. It's the best. Say the best for last. No, bump that. No, you fight the best at this point in time. The winner of David and Boo Boo, they deserved it. They've been there. They're the mandatory. They've been waiting. They said beforehand, you need to fight each other. You just want to pay this. So what's happening? David has fought Caleb Plant, and now he's fighting Boo Boo.
Yep.
So, I mean, they're fighting each other. The only person they haven't fought was David Morrell. I mean, what, you want him to clean up the whole division for you? Why you just fight cupcakes? Nah, miss me with that. Jaime Munguia hasn't done jack deserve a title fight at all. Nothing at 168.
Yep.
So, Brian S., in May, the winner of Boo Boo and David will be available for Canelo to fight in May.
Facts.
He fights twice a year. He fights in May. Typically, he fights in May and September. He's taking the Floyd Mayweather blueprint on that. So they got plenty of time. They fight in a little over 3 weeks, and then they got damn near 6 months to be ready for that fight. So Canelo can be ready for they'll be ready. Whoever wins, they'll be ready for Canelo, unless it's some type of crazy injury.
That fight is on November 25th. So February 25th would be 3 months since that fight. And if they were to go into training camp on February 25th, that would still give them over 2 months to train. 2.5 months.
Yeah, almost
2 2.5 months. So quite easily, his next opponent could be the winner of that fight.
Should be the winner of that fight.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be anywhere else, man. I mean, I'm tired. I mean, again, the whole undisputed versus undisputed sounded cool, but no one asked for that fight. No one wanted that fight. And we saw the results of that fight. More so on Charlo's side. Canelo came to fight. He did what he was supposed to do. Charlo did not. But no one wanted that fight. No one wanted to fight with Jamal Charlo or Mel Charlo at this point in time. Back in 3 years ago, Mal and Charlo and Canelo, that would have been fine because Mal was active. Now, no. But yeah, I'm done with my Canelo hate and business moves.
It's not hate, man. I saw in the comment section of the last video that we did in regards to Canelo Alvarez, and they were saying that you are a Canelo hater. Well, actually, that's true. Never mind. Next topic.
Hey, it be like that sometimes. I don't hate his skills. I hate his moves in the ring. I don't like that. But yeah. So speaking of Maul, Maul calls out Showtime for lack of exposure. Is that fair or false from Jamal Charlo saying that Showtime's not giving him any exposure for his upcoming fight with Jose Benavidez Jr. on November 25th on the undercard of David Benavidez versus Bubo Andrade?
It's both fair and foul. It's fair because it's true. And I believe that Showtime has done a poor job in some of their undercards. Specifically the Jesus Ramos versus Erickson Lubin fight. There were people that for the first time from interviews and or our polls that we did, that was the first time they had heard about that fight. And it was like a week out, less than a week out from the fight. And it's like, how is it possible that people still don't know your undercard? That's a poor job. Now, is it a poor job by Showtime? Is it a poor job by PBC? I don't know. You know, whoever's responsible for getting the word out, they should have been doing it, and they did a piss poor job in getting the word out. So, and I let me back up. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a piss poor job in getting the word out. I would say that they waited too long to get the word out. That's the problem that I saw with them. They waited too long to get the word out. Because I saw it. People like you saw it, Jay. I'm sure other channels saw it. But how is it that so many fans were in the comment section saying, I didn't know this fight was on the undercard? I'm like, how is that possible? That's crazy. So, you know, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, for real. I mean, just like who else was on the, like, even with the whole, now someone, if I'm Boots, because remember Boots is rumored to be on that undercard as well, which I doubt that's happening now because we're less than 4 weeks away. You know, we haven't heard anything about anyone that Boots might be fighting or anything like that because we already know that Stanionis and Thurman fighting each other in December.
And David said that he was supposed to be on the undercard too. So
he said he's supposed to be on the undercard too. So, you know, I mean, if I'm Boots, then I would be mad. But Maul, I'm like, you really can't be mad too much because they stood by your side the whole time, man. You've had lots of time to, you know, from your personal stuff going on to your injuries. You know, you've been allowed to keep the belt and just, you know, get yourself together. They've had to give you full support. So now you can't be fully mad at them, especially when you've been popping off on social media about sporadic stuff and the incident that happened at with your lady and your brother's wife and stuff, or girlfriend and whatnot. You know, you doing all that stuff, being part of that, and then you and Caleb getting into it. That's hard to really want to promote you to the fullest, dude. You know, that's just hard. That's hard to do.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, fair, but then also foul because I don't believe you should express your grievances to the public with the people who are broadcasting your fight. I just don't think that that's the appropriate way to do it. And I know that that's the young generation of doing it. But for me personally, I'm the type that I go straight to you, man, because I almost feel like social media is passive aggressive. Like, why are you putting it out on social media when you can come in a room, sit down with me, man to man, and have a conversation? That's always harder, right? When you got to sit down like a man and have a conversation with somebody instead of going and just being emotional and just posting something on social media. But that's just the way that I look at it. Not to say that, you know, not to knock Jamal, but I just think that that's not the appropriate way to handle such matters. Hey, we currently have 62 people in the building, 34 likes. If you're in the building, you haven't pressed that like button yet, please hit the like button so other people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing content and recently even other sports related content on a daily basis. So make sure that you check us out and become a subscriber. Jay, any other thoughts on this before we go to the phone line?
I just really want Maul just to get his things in order and really come back, because I was a big Charlo. Both Charlos at the time. I was a big supporter of both of them. I really followed both of them and wanted the best for them because I thought they were good fighters. And Maul just has had a lot of stuff going on the last 2.5 years, so I want him to really get his life in order before anything else, man. Just seeing these outbursts on social media is concerning for me. I just want that dude just to get his stuff together fully, man.
Yep. Agreed. All right, the phone lines are open, guys. We're going to continue the show, though. Just feel free to call in because I think we do have a number of other topics, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we got a few more. Yeah.
Yep.
So along the vein of the for the Charlos, man. So DJ comments on Mel lack of awareness in the Canelo fight. What's your thoughts on the way he's talking about on that?
Yeah, let's take this phone call and then we'll come back to it. 206, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
What's good with you, Jason and Greg?
What's happening?
Chilling.
You know who it is? It's your boy Vanda, man.
What's going on, man? I had to give you a shout out. I had to give you a shout out on the video because I do recall you saying that Ngannou was going to be more of a challenge than most of us anticipated.
Yes, and I appreciate that so much, man. I appreciate that so much. But I feel like that boy, he got more body mass, and I don't feel like Tyson Fury had a whole lot of power. That's what I was basically going off of, and you know what I mean. I told everybody that Francis is a puncher. This dude has never been knocked out in the UFC. You know what I mean? He's never been knocked out. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? We there hasn't been a time where we've seen that boy, you know what I mean, hit the deck. And then you only got these hands that we throwing in boxing. I told everybody he was going to give him a tough time. I knew he was going to give him a tough time. And then, Blue tried to call it yesterday, talk about, Tyson Fury might take a dive. It ain't no taking a dive. It ain't none of that. That man is going to go in there and have to walk through some stuff. Now, there was a point in the fight where I was looking at, and then Tyson Fury was, he caught Francis with like a 1-2, and then like another 1-2. If he had did that the whole fight, and just stayed away from him, well, not really stay away from him, but, you know what I mean, use more of a range, I think he could have won a little bit, because there was a point in the fight where Francis was slowing down, and that's where you guys, you know what I mean, where I was kind of like putting my head towards you guys said. I'm like, okay, this is what Jason and Greg was talking about. Like the energy and other stuff's not going to really transfer. He should have drug him into deep waters then, but he let that man catch a second wind, and he just kept walking through the punches. Like, you guys, like, think about it. And Ngannou was literally sitting there taking what Tyson Fury was throwing at him and just trying to get to him. He was really trying to figure out how to box at the same time he in the ring with him. You know what I mean? He's learning on the fly. That's what I seen what's going on with him. And Fury ended up getting caught. He's susceptible to be dropped. It's to the point that man was standing over him, yelling at him, laughing at him.
Yeah, so I said this during the telecast. I told Jay, I was like, Tyson Fury has always been susceptible to me to a left hook. And you could see so many openings for a left hook if Ngannou would have thrown it, or if somebody who was skilled enough could have thrown that shot. And to the point that you mentioned earlier, that we said that the stamina wasn't going to translate, it didn't. Like by round 4 or 5, Ngannou looked gassed, and that's why I was like, I told Jay, I said, oh yeah, this fight is about to be over, man. Tyson Fury is about to open up a can of whoop ass now, because Fury doesn't look tired at all, and Ngannou looks gassed. Yep. And by the end of round 7, Jay, I had already typed up the video and the title, which was Francis Ngannou wins fight, but was robbed by Tyson Fury. I had already typed it up. I knew that's what was going to happen. But go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't know the robbery was gonna happen like that. I'm not gonna lie. I guess that's still something I need to learn. You know what I mean? My little learning curve. I did not think they was gonna rob that boy like that. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. I didn't think that was gonna happen. But, hey, you know what's crazy? I was thinking about that, bro. You know what that fight reminded me of? That reminded me of the Tio fight when he went against Sanho Martin and he still won. When Tio got dropped twice and still won the fight.
Yep. Yeah.
That remind me of exactly that. And far as the Wilder and the Francis go, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Francis' only hope is to try to knock that boy Wilder's ribs out. Because I'm telling you right now, Wilder's throwing it straight down the pipe. He is throwing it straight down your throat every time. See, Wilder, he cut like his style is more of a street fighting than it is a true boxer. You know what I mean? He had to try to learn how to box with these couple of matches with Fury. But that boy's power is something crazy, and it's already been proven in gloves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's already been proven in the boxing gloves. So I don't think Francis is going to get past that one. I think Wilder's going to annihilate that chin straight down the pipe. And you know how I felt with this Francis and Fury. I'm telling you right now, the way that boy Wilder's coming, it's over. I don't think Francis should do it. It's a great professional fight because it's the biggest punchers, or you know what I mean, that we got today going at it. It's a warrior fight, but yeah, Wilder's chin power is just too crazy. I think that's too crazy. And at the same thing, he's gonna have to take something going back. I don't think Francis, the way he was landing shots with Tyson Fury last night, he's not going to get those same shots with Wilder.
Yeah, I think, and I see somebody in the comment section saying Ngannou, Wilder's never been hit by somebody like Ngannou, and pillow-fisted Tyson Fury was able to stop him. Man, number one, Tyson Fury stopped him with an accumulation of punches. Number two, I don't know how legitimate that stoppage was in terms of just the Tyson Fury's power. I'll put it like that. So I want to move on from that. And I agree with you. The thing about Wilder is that, number one, Wilder's more athletic. Wilder's going to let off that rocket, and he's not going to be afraid to throw it because he knows that is his equalizer. And if he gets it off, it's night-night. So he's going to throw that shot. And we'll see if Ngannou has the true chin, the granite chin that everybody says he has. Personally, I don't think so. I think, like, so you think about like Conor McGregor, we've heard people call Floyd pillow fisted, and Conor McGregor got so much power, and man, Floyd ate those shots like that one uppercut he hit Floyd with. Man, Floyd didn't even look bothered, and then Floyd goes in there and knock him out. So that arm punches are different from. And when you've been taught how to throw punches as a boxer, it's different. They know it. It's just a different technique. Similarly, I wouldn't expect a boxer to go in the ring, learn a few MMA moves, and all of a sudden be able to choke out or get somebody down to the ground and submit them with an armbar as efficiently as a MMA fighter. It doesn't make any sense. So why do you think it just translates to boxing? It makes no sense.
So let me. All right. So to answer that first thing, yeah. To answer that first thing, to answer the first thing, Luis King Kong Ortiz hit Wilder with something that Wilder almost went down with in that first fight. So I wouldn't say, you know what I mean, what the dude was saying in the comment section, I wouldn't say that Wilder has never been hit like that. I wouldn't say it's the same power, but he definitely did get his chin hit when Luis King Kong Ortiz hit that boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the thing to the UFC thing is, the UFC fighters, they have to get, you know what I mean? Why they think it should transfer, because they get drowned to the floor. It takes a lot trying to get a human off of you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And they're, if I'm not mistaken, their rounds are a lot longer than a boxing match's rounds. You got 5-minute rounds. I think in boxing is 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
So, you could go those 3 minutes standing up, or you could go those 3 minutes on the ground and still gotta stand up and then have a tank to, you know what I mean, to defend and to get out of, you know what I mean, get out of certain situations and to put yourself in a position to win. I honestly think that the UFC, looking at UFC, actually, you know what I mean, through my years of giving me more, you know what I mean, more analysis to what I see in boxing. What I find in boxing, you know what I mean, as far as openings and things of that nature, like far as the Errol Spence and the Terence Crawford, I kind of based that a little bit off of like Terence Crawford on a John Jones level compared to like how deep their bag, you know what I mean, the bag of tricks and what they can do. You know what I mean? I feel like Bud could do a lot of different things in the ring. That's where I was kind of basing it off of my analogy. But I don't think that that UFC that a boxer can go to the UFC as easy because of strictly the wrestling portion. You can just hold somebody there and just win off of the time on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you could go in, you could just, you know what I mean, go in there and stomp on somebody's toes. You know what I mean? Like literally stomp on somebody's toes. You can't do that in boxing. You know what I mean? Certain things, you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's a little. The rule change is a little weird.
No, I agree with that. I think a striker from the MMA would probably transition easier to boxing than a boxer would to MMA. I totally agree with that. However, I still I stand by whatever it was that I said earlier in terms of just overall their punching power and how it translates to boxing. I just don't think it translates to the point that people think it does.
Yeah, it does it. And when they said the thing about the Conor thing, Conor was at a very, very high point in the UFC. Now, in the UFC, I wouldn't say it doesn't take that much. I mean, it doesn't take a lot because it does take a lot, but it doesn't take that much to be a rising star or to, to have star power, you know what I mean? As long as you hold that O on your record or that, 1, 2, or 3, you know what I mean? But Conor has been, demolished, throughout his career now. But at that time when they were saying that, they were prematurely giving Conor the best striker in UFC history. No, he was just probably had some good accuracy number. He was just stat padding. You know what I mean? Here and there with the accuracy, you know what I mean, and with the speed, and for his class that he was in. This boy, I never for a second thought that Conor would beat Floyd. I said, man, Conor gonna go in there and probably throw a kick. How mad he gonna get at Floyd because he can't touch it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I never for a second thought that he could get in there with that was I don't know what that was. That was a lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Let's catch this and see where it goes type thing. But yeah, I never for a second thought that was going to be the case.
Yeah, same. We never thought that was going to happen either. He did. I mean, with the Aqua style, he did give Floyd maybe a smidgen of a problem, I guess. But outside of that, man, he got beat up.
He got beat up bad. Floyd carried that whole damn fight. Floyd even said that he carried the fight. He didn't throw a punch until the third round.
And then what happened after that? Conor went back and then started losing again. He started losing again. He had to be beating him on the floor, and he was talking to him while he was beating him, saying all that stuff he was saying in the press conference while he was beating him in the corner of an octagon. Like, bro, you getting pounded on. It was crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. You know what I mean? Thank you for shouting your boy out because your people in your chat swear I don't know nothing about boxing. They quick to say that. They quick to tell Van up, oh, you don't know boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of boxing fans are.
Man.
You said what?
What's those lottery numbers, Van up? You've been on a roll right now, so what's those lottery numbers, man?
I don't know, man. I don't play the lottery, but I can definitely tell you how a fight might turn out. I mean, I was on a roll, but at the same time, nobody thought Jermell was going to come out the way Jermell came out. If Jermell came out like the 154 Jermell, he probably would have won.
Maybe.
But yep, I'm going to let you guys go. And like I said, thank you guys. You know what I mean? Salute to A Podcast, and I'm going to be dropping another super chat.
All right, appreciate you, band up. Salute, man.
Appreciate you.
Yep, salute, Jason Greg.
704, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
Hey, brother. Salute, brother. Thanks for letting me come on.
Oh, no problem at all.
Ain't no thing. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to speak on the Francis situation real quick, if I can.
Absolutely.
I'm going to kind of speak fast so I don't hog no time or whatever. I think what's getting overlooked in that fight about Francis, I think this is what caught Fury off. First of all, styles make fights. And it's not necessarily his power. He does, and I agree with you saying about the MMA concept. Just because you can have power in MMA, it doesn't translate to boxing. But the thing is, Ngannou, he does throw punches like a boxer does. He sits on his punches and he throws from his hip. The second thing is, when he dropped Fury, it was more or less punch placement because he hit him on the top of the head and timing. I think he also caught Fury off guard. He caught a lot of people off guard. I thought he was going to be a little bit slower than that. He had good footwork. He was cutting the ring off. He was catching and shooting. He was even check hooking Fury a couple of times, caught Fury off guard. And I don't think Fury really want to get back in that ring with him. He does have a chin. He's used to getting hit MMA. With the gloves, it's easier to block with boxing gloves than MMA. That's why he was able to eat that elbow like that, because he eats elbows all the time. And what I will say about what the Wilder thing is, because I had made the statement on Sports Heaven, I had made the statement about he's tailor-made. If Ngannou tries to walk down Deontay like that, all Deontay is going to do is utilize his jab and his reach and hit him with that overhand right. I'll be surprised if the fight go past 3 rounds.
You're the second person that I've heard say that, and Band Up just said it too. So maybe you're the third person I've heard say that. Yeah,
I can't see that, brother. I think it's a travesty because Francis did win. Francis is used to the lights. He's used to the big fights. He made the adjustments. He's dedicated. That's just what he does. And it's sad because he should have won. So it's hard to say he don't deserve to be in the top 10. But out of the respect for the guys in the sport of boxing, for those that have worked hard to get there, it's hard to put a guy in the top 10 who just so-called took a loss.
Yep. Facts. Perfectly said.
Spot on.
But I ain't going to hold you brothers, man. I love watching y'all show. I love how y'all carry yourself like gentlemen. You're good for YouTube. And thank you. Y'all have a nice day.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Take a look at.
All right, phone lines are back open. What you about to say, Jay?
Taking a look at the top 10 as far as like on the WBC, you got Deontay Wilder number 1, AJ number 2, Makhmudov number 3, Frank Sanchez number 4, Andy Ruiz number 5, Jared Anderson number 6, F.A. Jabba number 7, Dylan White number 8, Martin Bacoli number 9, Joseph Parker number 10.
So I know all of those names except the one before the last one.
There's 2 of them I didn't know.
The third one. The third one. And number 9. I don't know those guys.
Yeah, number 9 was Martin Bacoli. I don't know those. Those are the same 2. I don't know either. I know all the other ones.
Yeah. Greedy belly. Hey, Jay, yesterday I was on the phone with Jason. I said, man, Tyson Fury back looked like some baked bread that spilled over the side of the pan. I said, man.
Dusty biscuits.
Oh, man. Good Lord. I mean, I know
he's bad looking, man.
He can do better than that, man. Come on, Tyson. Come on, man. Yeah, there's a lot. It seems like there's a lot of people that watch boxing who are definitely fans of MMA and fans of Francis Ngannou. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had never seen him fight. I've admitted that I really don't pay a whole lot of attention to MMA. Never seen him fight. Apparently, Tyson Fury never saw him fight either.
Wow. So someone in the comment section, WDA says Boots is a hype train. He has yet to knock off a serious killer. He can't get those fights, WDA. The knockout, they even try to knock off a serious killer. Honestly, Boots has a lot of potential. I'm not saying he's hype train, but I definitely believe from the eye test, but I want to see him in there against the Buds, the Thurmans, the Spences, and those type of caliber fighters, and then Stanionis's. He just hadn't had the opportunity to fight those guys.
So let me tell you, this is what I would say about Ennis. If you would have said this, if you would have asked Greg 5 fights ago, what do I think Ennis is? And you said, is he more next, serious contender or hype train? I would have leaned toward hype train because there were things that I saw in some of those fights that people were so impressed with. That I was like, if you put him in the ring with somebody more skilled, they're going to catch him. They're going to catch him on multiple occasions, you've heard me say that. Over the last like 5 fights, all those things that I saw from Ennis that he was doing, he's cleaned up most of that stuff. And now he's looking generational to me. Now, again, he still has to prove it. He got to get in the ring and show us that he is what we think he possibly is. But when you look at what he did in his most recent fight, and I feel that the guy was tailor-made for him. I can't think of his name right now. He beat Speedy Rashidi, but
Roma Villa.
Villa. But he was tailor-made for him. But at the same time, the way that Boots destroyed him was comprehensive. So you got to give him credit for that. And then, he beat Karan, although that was a style that was not suited for his style. We'll see what he looks like next time in a ring with somebody that has movement. But my guess is he's going to look better because I've seen some of the other holes he's cleaned up. So I don't think he's a hype train, dog. I think he's the real deal. And if he's a hype train, Terence Crawford should go ahead and get in the ring with him. Go ahead and kill off the hype.
Yep.
But anyway, because usually the people that say Boots is a hype train at this moment are the ones that are Terence Crawford fans and really don't want to see Crawford in the ring with him. And that's a damn shame.
Yeah. Because he is the mandatory.
Facts. Wholeheartedly.
After all the Spence stuff is done, if he stays at 147, that's to be the person he fights. If he goes up, he can fight whoever he wants.
Yep.
That's real simple. But what we're talking about right before the calls came through about DJ comments on Jermell Charlo lack of awareness against Canelo.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts on that?
So, let me preface my comments by saying this. Everybody knows that I'm a Derrick James fan. I like what he's been able to do with his fighters. And for all of those people that are giving him slack about the performance of his fighters, we must keep in mind that at the end of the day, he can't get in the ring and fight for the fighters. But not only that, his fighters have lost to guys that are probably in the top 5 pound-for-pound rankings. And the only reason I say probably because I can't think of where Canelo places currently. But at the
what
end
you talking
of the
about,
day,
Jerry? Jerry talking about why are you ducking me?
I'm not sure.
Phone lines open.
Yeah, but
he says phone lines aren't open.
The phone lines are open. They're open. So what was I about to say? You know what, Jerry? Is it ringing? And is it ringing? Because if it's not ringing, then it might be on my end. I need to refresh it, but it's open. But what was I about to say? You're
talking about you're a fan of DJ and his comments about Mel.
I had a point, but I lost it when you cut me off. I don't remember what the point was I was making. But at the end of the day, I cannot remember where I was going.
It sucks getting old, so you have to forgive us. That's why we try not to cut each other off at times because we'll forget it.
Certainly will. I think at the end of the day, regardless of the performance of his fighters, I give DJ a lot of credit. Mel, like I said, he can't get in the ring to fight for Mel. So I've prefaced my statement by saying I really like DJ and what he's been able to do. With that being said, his comments in regards to Jermell Charlo and the fact that his worst day that he's ever had, he's made the most money in his life, is a bit tone deaf. You got to read the room. The room is the people that are around, the fight fans, the people that pay for these fights, the people that put that money into Jermell Charlo's pockets are not happy by the fact that he did not appear to be interested in actually trying to win the fight. He seemed more interested in lining his pockets. And so because that is the case, you cannot make that type of comment, bro. You cannot make that type of comment, period. So it's a bit tone deaf, not being able to read the room and understand it. That's something that, in my personal opinion, DJ shouldn't have said. And they should get away from this whole commentary in regards to the lifetime money and all that stuff. Get away from that and start talking about the grit and the hunger and the Lions only mentality that he's going to bring back to 154 pounds. Because right now, his brand, the Charlo brand, the Lions only brand, is completely and utterly tarnished. Okay, give me 1 second, Jerry. No, I'm just
The
telling
thing,
Jerry to give me a
thing with
second.
me with DJ and his statements about Mel, to your point, Mel didn't come to fight. It was a fight no one asked for. I keep saying over and over again because no one asked for that fight. They try to dub it up and dress it up. You know, you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. No one wanted that undisputed versus undisputed mess because he was going up 2-weight class, hadn't fought in over a year. So no one wanted that fight. Only fight everyone wanted for Canelo was basically David Benavidez. That didn't happen. So for DJ to be like, well, you know, he made the most money ever, you know, and a loss. I mean, like you said, that's totally death. He didn't read the room because we paid our hard-earned money to watch a real fight. You know, we want to see a real fight. And even though we felt that this fight was a mismatch, we still tune in to watch it because we want to see. We're intrigued to see. Okay, this is the fight they're giving us. We'll see what Mel can do. Mel didn't try. You know, that was just a poor fight. You know, he tarnished his brand. He tarnished Lions Only. He tarnished himself, and he didn't help it. He told me, "I'm gonna stand up for the Charlos." Nah, you really didn't. You really didn't. You know, I've heard rumors of him talking about he might be retiring, whatever. But you know, it's hard for him to come back from that, especially now he still has to look at Tim Tszyu and whatnot for a possible fight. I don't know what he's going to do from here on out, but he's going to.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Yeah, I did. That's why I stopped talking.
Oops, my bad. I was testing the phone lines to see if it was if I could hear a ring. My bad.
Yeah, Jake, that's the worst part. He didn't try. That's what bothers people. Say, well, Canelo was just this, or Canelo was just too bleak. I'm like, nah, he didn't try.
Go. Jerry, what's going on, man?
Hello,
Jerry,
my friend.
What's going on?
Hola, happy Sunday. It's Jerry Soriano, your lender for life, calling you live from Medellin, Colombia. What's going on?
What's going on, Jerry?
What's going on, Jerry?
Hey, I need to know. Listen, I'm tired of talking to this nice guy, Greg. Nice guy, Greg is totally confused. I heard him the other week talking about the black man in me can't pick Canelo over Crawford, but then 60 seconds later he says, "No, I got Benavidez over Andrade." So I'm tired of Greg, nice man Greg. Nice man Greg I'm done with that dude. I need angry man Greg. Listen, I need you to tell me how disappointed were you that Davis tested positive for marijuana. How disappointed were you, Greg?
That he tested positive for marijuana?
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
terribly disappointed.
I'll answer it for you. God damn, you were hoping it was PEDs, weren't you? Oh,
no,
my God.
No,
you were already thinking about 3 or 4 videos. You were going, no wonder, Crawford. We all knew that chance. Oh, my God. Let's look into this a little closer. Shakur's max. He's showing more power. I don't know, Crawford. This explains the gloves. Weren't you ready for that? I heard it in your voice, man. You were so ready for that. But here, let's lay this topic down because I have yet to meet a Crawford fan that does not want the Boots fight. So let's break this down because here's what you're not understanding about Crawford. Crawford already told you he has a few fights left. Y'all want him to go to middleweight and fight Morrell, and you want him to dude, he's got a handful of fights left, 4 fights left, hopefully 5, right? Let's talk about this Boots fight.
Yeah.
Okay? We can't talk about Boots without talking about Spence. Because I guarantee you, Crawford ain't going to go up to 154 to come down to 47. So what do you want him to do about Spence? Because you can't cover both topics. You want to. You've been doing it. But you can't go, we want you to fight Boots. And then, he's got to fight Spence at 54.
You missing context, Jerry.
Yeah, he is. He's missing a lot of context. And here's why. We've said on multiple occasions, we preface it by saying, at the end of the day, if he does not move up, if he stays at 47, he needs to fight Jaron Ennis. But if he moves to 54, I've said on multiple occasions, he's not ducking Jaron Ennis if he moves to 54 to ultimately fight Errol Spence and move up. I've said that.
The rematch. Spence already activated the rematch.
Yeah, but he's activated. Hold on, Jerry. Hold on. But he's activated the rematch, but they're still negotiating. If there's negotiations going on, there's no guarantee that the match is going to happen.
Listen, Crawford is doing the right thing because honestly, this is I have mixed emotions about Spence because we all forget that the eye socket collector, the skull breaker, whatever the hell he was called prior to July 29th, 2023, the Ugas monster. Remember that guy? Okay. Although everyone says, oh, he gave Crawford his great opportunity, we forget it was strap season, right? We forget he wanted all the belts. I don't understand for a guy who promised his fans that he was going to spin the block and collect all the belts to be undisputed at 147. All of a sudden, he's giving Crawford an opportunity? But I digress. Let's say he gave Crawford an opportunity.
Hold on. Let's not say that. Crawford said he gave him an opportunity.
Hang on. Crawford wants to do right because at the end of the day, I really feel Crawford has a lot of respect for Spence, and he likes the guy. But here's the thing. He thinks it's a waste of his time, okay? So it's either they're going to pay him extra money to go to 154 and fight Spence, or he just walks and he moves on to the next best thing. So let's just say, let's add a little bit more spice to this rematch. Because, Greg, I saw you cover what's his name? The trainer's interview, right? I saw you cover his interview, but you kind of handpicked what you wanted to talk about.
Hold on, which trainer? Which trainer?
Spence's trainer.
Okay, yeah. So I handpicked because there was
nothing else to talk about. You kind of handpicked what you wanted to talk about out of the conversation, because you know what I heard. What I heard was that Spence was depleted, but that's not the reason he lost. Crawford had a great game plan. Did you forget that? You didn't cover that in your video, did you?
Because we've said it before.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry. But here, let's say this. I'm going to throw another olive branch out to you. Hopefully I'm still talking to Angry Man, right? Hang on. So let's say Spence says, nah, I ain't fighting at 147. Right?
Yeah.
Or Crawford goes, why don't we do this? Because to me, it's a waste of goddamn time to go to 154, fight Spence for no belt. Would you agree?
Would I agree it's a waste of time for him to go to 154?
154, fight Spence with no belts on the line.
If I'm Terence Crawford and my ultimate goal is to become undisputed again, then yes, moving up to 54 to fight Spence again is a waste of time outside of the money you can get.
Right.
And
I know we were eventually gonna talk about money. Okay. I know, man. Calling Crawford's pockets, man. We gotta know. This guy is so difficult to deal with. You know what? He's so difficult to deal with that we never heard about negotiations until Spence fight. Yeah, he lost Top Rank all this money, but you did never hear about that until he was about to leave Arum and he was negotiating with Spence. Only time Crawford was so difficult to deal with. I mean, he just made $7-10 million against Amnesian, Squeeze, who's sneezing, whatever nickname you want to give him, against BLK Prime. Never heard he was so difficult to deal with. Man, and by the way, isn't Boots? Yes, I'll take that fight in a second. Just killing himself right now with guilt because he had an opportunity to fight Crawford.
He didn't.
But he didn't. Hold on. His devotion to Showtime, and Espinosa knew he was about to get out the business, couldn't be straight up with the guy and go, let BLK Prime, hold on a second. Let BLK Prime take care of you on this one. Because honestly, young fella, we don't know what we're doing for the next 12 months.
But hold on, Jerry. You're being selective, Jerry. Hold on. Let me say this one thing, and I'm gonna let you go. You being selective because you're failing to mention that BLK Prime wanted a multi-fight contract deal with Jerron Ennis. That was their true intentions. Go ahead.
Greg, That's the next thing I was going to address. Who is Boots signed to?
What do you mean? His manager is Cameron Duncan, and he signed to a deal with Showtime. Well, actually, he's not signed with anybody.
He does not have a contract with Showtime.
Yeah, he doesn't have a contract with Showtime.
Do you understand? Understand that it was blind allegiance to Showtime without having an actual contract? So I don't care what Greg, first of all, here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying you're making up stuff, but sources told you that they wanted a multi-fight deal. Why the hell do they want a multi-fight deal with Boots when they just finished doing a one-time deal with Crawford? So where are you getting that from?
So hold up, because that's been said on multiple occasions by multiple people. That's number one. Hold up. I'll get to that. That's number one. Number two, the mere fact that Terence Crawford was the only one-time deal that they've done, they can't continue to do that, my guy. If he truly got the $10 million, If he truly got the 10, let me finish. Let me finish. If he truly got the, hold up. If he truly got the $10 million that you said that he got, there's no way that they can be financially solvent doing that kind of business. Period. So they gotta sign these guys, and they've already said that. Why do you care?
Why do you care?
Why do you care? Why do you care?
Bankrupt. Yeah. I don't care. My thing is, we're riding Crawford about Boots. Boots had a window and opportunity to get the fight done, and he chose to go with Showtime.
You're talking all over the place.
Obligated too.
You're talking all over the place. BOK Prime, he doesn't have the opportunity if BOK Prime is not willing to spend the money to sign him, for a one-fight deal. They're only gonna be interested in a multi-fight deal because that's the only way they can actually eventually turn a profit. So no, I don't care about what their deal structure is. I'm speaking to what they're going to do.
Who did they lose more money with? Crawford? Or Crawford Boots?
Everybody lose more money with Crawford. That's an easy answer. Everybody lose more money with Crawford.
More money, Crawford Evanesian or Crawford Boots? I don't get that.
Neither one of them is going to make any money because nobody knows Crawford. Neither one of them was going to make any money. They were both going to be the same level of L.
So basically, we're more concerned about money than the actual fight being done. I get it.
No. You just created a narrative. You just created a narrative. That's not what we're saying. You're trying to tell me that Boots Ennis had an opportunity. I'm telling you he didn't because he was. No. Yes, if he signed a slave deal with BLK Prime where they don't have any fighters to actually match him with, why would he do that? Why would he do that? Okay. You're asking him to put himself in a compromising position for one fight.
You're asking your audience to agree with you blindly that BLK Prime wanted a multi-fight deal.
There is no blindly to it. So no. Steven Espinosa spoke to it. Jerron Ennis them Kemp spoke to it. They were talking multi-fight deal.
Post the video.
I'll go look for it. I'll go look for it.
Post your evidence.
I will go look for it.
Post your evidence where you see BLK Prime wanted a multi-fight deal. I'll post the
evidence, and then I'll actually go to somebody who I know was actually close to that situation.
I could tell you this, Greg, and then I'm gonna move on to what I was really getting to. I can tell you this. Okay, listen. Is the angry man still there? I can tell you this.
I'm back.
If this was Bill Haney navigating his son's career, I guarantee you Boots would have already fought Crawford. Okay? That's the difference. But anyway, moving on.
Just like he fought Shakur already.
Moving on. Listen, so let's set up this fight. Let's set up this fight at 154. How about we do a doubleheader where Spence is fighting Zoo and Crawford is fighting Charlo?
I like that idea.
In the winners fight for undisputed, man.
I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea. 100% aligned with you. Love it.
Okay, well, guess what? The only way that's going to happen is if your boy Al Heyman, I don't know if you know Al Heyman personally. But I know you guys love PBC. I get it.
We love PBC. We love fighters.
Perfect transition. I got the perfect transition.
You love boxing.
This is the only way I see PBC surviving. You could agree or disagree with me. How about PBC dissolves and opens its doors back up as the money team? Listen, Mayweather fights in December. Mayweather needs to switch gears, man. He needs to retire in December as a fighter and become full-time promoter. PBC is terrible. Money Team is terrible. LSB is terrible. Money Team needs to come back as the new PBC with Mayweather being the promoter. That is what needs to happen. PBC needs to wipe its books, the black books, the red books. I know your boy Al Heyman has about 3 different books. You know, he sells his business in one book, right? And then behind closed doors, they got that red book where they're bleeding money everywhere, right? That's the only reason.
Where's your proof of that? Where's your proof of that? Where's your proof of that?
Years, right?
Hold on. Hold on, Jerry. You can make that statement, but I can't make the statement about BLK Prime.
Make that statement because if I ask you, here's how I know. Because if I ask you, Greg, what are Terence Davis pay-per-view numbers? You know what you're going to tell me? You're going to tell me, oh, he's been selling. Prior to Ryan Garcia, he was 300, 400,000 pay-per-view buys, just like Errol Spence was. And that's 30 pounds, brother.
I wouldn't tell you that. It's been 200 and less.
If that was the truth, Showtime wouldn't be going out of business. And every goddamn channel platform that PBC touched wouldn't be going out of business if they were so profitable. No, would they? I'm asking you a question.
Oh, I answered your question.
Guy, and so am I.
Yeah. So
I know you know what black books are and red books are.
Yeah, I know exactly what they are.
Has black, red, orange, and purple.
So let me address what it is that you're saying. So number one, I would not say that Tank Davis has done 300,000 and 400,000 pay-per-view buys because I think the highest one prior to with Ryan Garcia was 230. I'm pretty sure that he did the 1.2 because I actually went and looked at the statements from Paramount and they specifically spoke to a pay-per-view, a boxing pay-per-view.
He did it. He did 1.2 by himself.
Yeah.
Man,
no. I'm not saying. I'm gonna
tell you right now. If Isaac Cruz and Tank Davis does not do 500,000 buys like Canelo
I agree.
And the Journeyman did. Can we please stop with this nonsense?
I agree. You're not going to get an argument from me. I agree. As long as you're not in my face talking about Terence Crawford did 650,000 pay-per-view buys. I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as you're not in my face telling me that Terence Crawford did 650,000 pay-per-view buys with Errol Spence, I'm perfectly fine with not saying that.
What do you think he did?
I think they did six. I think it did 650. I'm just saying, don't attribute it all to Terence Crawford. As long as you're not.
Listen. I am so disappointed that fight only did 650. Listen,
agreed.
I am discouraged, and I agree with Mayweather. Listen, I agree with Mayweather. I agree with the green print. I agree that, unfortunately, excuse my French, we can't have 2 African Americans produce over $1 million unless one is an MMA fighter. That's sickening, brother. You know what I mean? But the fact that fight only did 660 is crazy to me. That fight had so much build-up and anticipation. That's just insane. So here's my thing. Mayweather needs to wake out of his coma. I don't know what's going on with my man, but he is such a good businessman. He's had all the training. He's the mouthpiece. Ellaby is a total disaster for PBC and the money team. He's wanted to fight Hearn. He's called Oscar. He's public. He said he hates Oscar De La Hoya. He said he'd punch Hearn in the face. He is horrible. The money team needs to buy out PBC, and that is how PBC needs to reopen their doors. That's just me talking. As a businessman.
Hold on, you saying without Al Heyman?
What's that?
You saying without Al Heyman?
Well, Al Heyman can still be an advisor, but he needs to play the background where he's so good at being.
That's what he does now.
Listen to me. The PBC, I don't know if they have a spokesperson. They don't have a spokesperson. But let's put the last two events into perspective, right? What happened to Martin? Frank Martin had something fall out of his contract. We didn't have one goddamn professional come out and explain what happened, at least to defend Frank Martin. We didn't have that. Would not happen in any other company. Bob Arum is there to answer questions. For whatever you want to talk about De La Hoya, he's a disaster. He's there to.
Here's why we didn't want the fight.
150 years old. Bob Arum is 150 and through the answer. I mean.
I'm sorry, man. I was just imitating Bob Arum.
Here's another issue. PBC, the doors are closing at Showtime. We have yet to have a PBC professional come out and give a statement. It's a disaster, bro. Come on.
PBC didn't shut down. Showtime shut down.
Hey, let me say this to you, Jerry. Even if using your theory, even if you had Mayweather, so let's say right now you had the TMT promotion, and they were the ones that were in front and center, and you have the situation with Frank Martin. All Florida's going to say is, well, man, see, everybody wants to be Money Mayweather, and nobody wants to be Pretty Boy Floyd.
But Brett,
yeah, exactly. That's what he's going to do. All he's going to do is talk about himself.
He can BS his way. He can listen how Bob Arum is a Jewish guy who's 125 years old. Did you hear him defend Davis? Oh, my God. He was like, it's fucking weed. Everybody smokes weed. I mean, come on. It doesn't matter if it's BS. It's the fact that you got somebody that got head in the tank. Martin was left on an island for like 30 days getting killed. I mean, I don't even know what's
Errol Spence is his promoter. Errol Spence is his promoter. And for whatever reason, Errol's not talking right now.
Errol Spence is not. He's just the face of it. The guy is. Listen, I'm just saying. I want to see. Listen, and I know you. And I love the fact that you're letting me cook here. Okay, but listen. I don't know if you could want boxing. I want boxing to thrive. Okay? Yeah. I would love one platform like the Zone to have all the promoters on the one roof. I would love that. But PBC does not want it. They still want to continue to be the odds man out. They still want to have those streets and those borders. And listen, I think, and I'm going to leave you with this, and I want you to think about this. I don't know if you're a spiritual man.
I am. I go to church every Sunday. Jason is a heathen.
Okay, well, think about this.
Really good.
Part of the reason why, check this out. Part of the reason why PBC needs a fresh start and needs to be under a new banner, needs to be rebranded, is because I don't know of any successful business that started by stealing their source of income. It's never happened. And it's another thing if you stole and you were the opposition from the outside looking in, but you were in the inside. It was an inside job when PBC stole all those goddamn Golden Boy fighters. They're doomed to fail, man. That's the end of my call, guys.
All right, man.
Jerry Soriano, you're learning for life, brother.
Appreciate you, Jerry.
I am going to hang up and listen. I've given you enough fire. What do you think?
Jerry, as always. Jerry, as always, man, it's an entertaining call, man.
And by the way,
I
didn't call last week because I am truly out of the country. I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now. But I'm going to hang up and listen, my friends. Thank you so much.
All right, talk to you soon.
All
right, later. That was Jerry Soriano, our lender for life. I truly enjoy when Jerry calls in. Huh?
With no context and gas.
No, there was a couple of fake narratives that Jerry created there. Yeah, there were a couple of fake ones that he couldn't validate either. And, but, it is what it is. There's some people that are very passionate.
The crime thing was just funny.
Yeah, there's certain people are very passionate about PBC and thinking that Al Heyman is somehow a crook, but yet they don't see Bob Arum as a crook. You know, it's just interesting to
me.
And the whole notion that somehow Boots Ennis, it was a reasonable deal for Boots Ennis to sign with BLK Prime, who, by the way, has not had another fight, is crazy to me.
They had a fight. It was like in the backyard.
Yeah, it was in somebody's backyard over in South America somewhere. You on with the Angry Man podcast with Jason DeGray. What's going on with you, fam? Hello? 570? I think something just happened strange. Hold up, 570. Let me refresh. Let me refresh this thing, Jay. I think it might have done something funky.
Well, the fact that BLK Prime was brought up like they could just fund everybody. They couldn't even get AB set up right.
Oh, my God. BLK Prime has been an utter failure. Come on, man. 570, can you hear us?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
We got you now.
All right. Well, yeah, I was trying to call in. This Carl Brown. What up, Jason and Greg?
Hey, what's going on, Carl?
Yeah. I just want to say, I'm going to put it out there first. Everybody keep on thinking Terence Crawford going to beat this fight at 154. The first fight, I get it. That looked real good on Bud. But we seen I'm going to say this. We seen the worst Spence and probably the best Bud. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just remember, I said it. And I'm always on y'all show, so y'all, and I'm a familiar name. I'm saying it now. I bet anyone that I bet Earl knocked Terence Crawford out at 154. And Bud ain't gonna take the third fight.
I hope you're right. I don't see it because I don't see it right now. They're gonna have to do something real convincing. But
look, everybody would say it's hard to see after a performance like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Everybody, you can't be mad. I won't be mad at no Terence Crawford fans for thinking the way they thinking, and they supposed to ride a high horse. But it's just something that I want to say from before they even fight, before fight night. It was, I think, when they was on the podium. That moment right then and there, I'm like, damn, yo, Earl don't look right. And look, and I was saying this to everybody before all this too. I was saying, Earl, we ain't gonna see the best looking Earl until he get to 154. And this is way before Terence Crawford, Errol Spence even got close to being made. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that I want to say 2 nights or night before the weigh-in, I was already saying, I'm like, man, Earl don't look right. And I don't really care about the excuses or what people saying. I'm just saying what I was saying at the time. And then when Earl was walking out, if anybody could sit here and say that they didn't see that written all over his face and then in his body language, Earl just went for broke. And everybody keep forgetting that Earl was saying this years ago. 60% of him could beat all these welterweights. It just so happened 60% of him or 70% of him can't beat a Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not knocking nobody from being a Terence Crawford fan. But when reality set in, I want to see if they'd be able to handle it the same way the Errol Spence fans be able to handle it. Because I guarantee you they won't. It's going to be, Bud was too old. Same old thing they accused of Errol Spence fans of all these excuses. But they ain't no excuses. Everybody that wasn't even going for Earl, everybody that wasn't even going for Earl was saying Earl looked crazy. You know what I mean? Oh, when I seen him, he looked a little off. So, not the fact that I want to see it, but I really believe it's going to happen. 154, I ain't even calling no close fight. I just think what we was expecting to see in his first fight, this going to be the fight right here. This is going to be the fight at 154. And people forgetting that when we say Errol Spence body going to be able to breathe, that energy that he going to get, and then putting on top of that the way I'm calling it straight. He going to knock Bud out. I ain't talking about he going to wash him up. I'm talking about the fight is going to end with Earl knocking Bud out. And, we'll see. I'm always around. I'm always going to, pop up on the channel and everything. I just thought I'd put my input on that.
Appreciate you, Carl Brown, man. Your input is always welcome, bro.
All right, you already. But y'all have a good one. I'm gonna finish watching the show. All right.
All right, bet.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right, later. That was Carl Brown.
That happened in January, February, or whenever the rematch may happen.
You know, some people have some really strong convictions either way, whether it's Terence Crawford or Errol Spence. They had it before the fight. Certainly they're going to have it after the fight. For me, I thought it was crazy to say either one of the fighters was going to wash the other fighter. And to be honest with you, the first 3 rounds really wasn't a washing other than, you know, Spence getting put down. But Spence came back actually fairly decent in round 3. But rounds 4 through, when did it end? 9? Yeah, that's pretty comprehensive in terms of Terence Crawford. And when you see a fighter get beat so comprehensively, it's concerning. And the mistakes that people call out in regards to Errol Spence, Errol is so number one. I feel that people make too much of it in the sense that, you know, they use the Ugas fight as an example of how often he made those mistakes. In reality, that was the most times I've seen him make that mistake. I went back to go look at some other fights to see if he made some of those same mistakes, and he did occasionally, but not to the degree that he did against Ugas and, of course, against Terence Crawford. But more importantly, Jay, as I mentioned to you before, he actually had a counter move when he would dip to his left. For whatever reason, he started getting used to just dipping to his left and staying there and then trying to pull straight back. Yep. Against Mikey Garcia, you could see him doing the same thing, but he would then come up under, like he would kind of do almost like a peekaboo where he comes up under where a shot might be and get back up right. He was doing that constantly. So he made that same mistake, but he didn't sit there for somebody to just basically tee off on him. So I thought that was weird that he was doing that. And then the other thing that I thought was one of the bigger issues was how he jabbed. Terence Crawford was able to jab with him, and Errol didn't know what to do when he couldn't set up his offense off of the jab for whatever reason. I mean, he just couldn't set up anything after that, and those two things were very concerning for me. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. Now, thinking about what Jared was saying earlier about the fight being at 154, I would feel the same way if the shoes were on the other foot. If Spence had won the way Bud did, and the contract was for 154, I'm like, all right, just get the fight out the way at 154. You know, y'all said that's what was going to happen anyway. So yeah, it was supposed to be for undisputed. He didn't get it, Bud got it. The rematch was already talked about being at 154. So let's ride. Let's get it going and just stop holding up the 147-pound division. You know, drop the belts, vacate them, and move on. You know, so the other fight, if especially you ain't gonna fight, because Bud has been all over the place saying, 147 his division. Earlier, some they make weight class for division. Highest he'll go is 154, 160. Then all the catchweight stuff with Canelo. Then also he'll shoot up to 168. I'm like, he's just been changing them out over and over again. The belts are being held up on that aspect there. And the thing is, like, we know Bud's a phenomenal talent. We never took that away from him. It's just right now, if you're gonna stay at 147, fight Boots. That's your best fight. The best fight at 147. If you ain't gonna stay at 147, then go on up to 154. You can fight whoever you want. Fight Tim Tszyu. I was intrigued at him fighting Tim Tszyu to get that belt from Tim Tszyu.
I
then
still
you
am.
can have a fight for undisputed at 154.
I still am. Like, even if he went up and fought Tim Tszyu and didn't fight Errol, I would say he's not ducking Jaron Ennis. There's a purpose. There's a plan. There's a strategy.
Oh, hell no.
So I'm perfectly okay with that. It's just so interesting that people love to come on here and create narratives that supposedly we are saying, but don't recognize the fact that sometimes there's a bunch of videos. We do a lot of different videos and content, and we may say something in another video and don't necessarily feel the need to say it in one video, and you just simply haven't been following all of our content to know that there is a specific viewpoint that we have, and you may not see the full picture of our viewpoint because you haven't seen all of our content. But anyway, Jay, we had an hour and 50 minutes. I know you have big plans tonight. I'm not going to tell people where those plans are because they might try to catch you out of here these streets and put hands on you because of some of your comments and things that you said in the past. But enjoy, my friend. That's the reason why we did the show a little bit earlier, because Jay got plans today and you definitely want to get off to see those and make sure that those plans come to fruition. So we appreciate everybody that joined the show today. Definitely those who contributed to the channel. I think it was Band Up, and did anybody else contribute to that? Yeah, Band Up.
Band Up today.
So Band Up, appreciate you, man, for contributing to the channel. Hey guys, if you feel it in your heart, please think about giving us super chats. It's the things that help this channel continue to prosper and grow and helps us to put this content out. And again, we appreciate everybody in the comment section, and definitely all the people who are members of the channel who continue to push us forward in hopes that, we're delivering the type of content and the type of environment that you feel free to come in and engage and have an opportunity to say your part. So anything else you want to share, Jay?
Nah, I just appreciate everyone. It's a boxing community, man. We just got to keep pushing for the fights that we want to get and want to see.
Absolutely. Keep grinding. Appreciate it. Foxy Brown, I think I've seen you in the past before, so thank you for joining us. I saw a lot of your comments in there and great stuff that you were putting in the chat section, so wanted to call you out specifically. All right, guys. Appreciate you. And until next time, peace.
Peace.
All right, man.